Welcome to all of you. The purpose of this interaction with press and media is to clearly talk about why Vayah Vikas exists, what is the purpose, and you heard Jamna talk about it very briefly. You saw some clippings, bringing awareness through workshops, classes, digital events where we webcast things. So bringing knowledge to the people, bringing them together so that they can interact with each other, providing services, bringing awareness to partners that this is a large community that requires special services and products.
First of all, I want to thank Chris and all my colleague board members for creating this wonderful institution. This is the need of the hour. When I used to work in England many years ago, I saw a very contrast picture of electoral outcomes were decided not by the younger population, by the old retired people. So every policy in England was favoring the retired elderly, whereas India is still a young country. So it will not be, it may not take many years for us to become, for the elderly retired people to decide the future of electoral outcome. And that is what defines the destiny of the country.
So I think first of all, thank you all for coming, and I was just sitting here and thinking how it all started. So Chris, thank you, because I think it's because of you that we are here. Devi and me were trying to actually set this organization more than 10 years ago. So only 3 years ago when we got this group to Gani, Gauri, Varun, and of course the Secretariat, we were able to take it forward. Dr. Gani and me work in the healthcare industry under Devi's mentorship. And one thing we realized that when you go together, you have success. And I remember, apologies to Ayan Prasad sir, I don't mean any offense, but when we first went to CGHS to claim our money, the CEOs were made to wait for the clerk to the undersecretary for 2 hours before we were able to meet claiming our own money. But today we are able to actually talk to the health minister and the health secretary. So it's the power of getting together. And I think the main objective, as Devi and Chris said, is we're hoping that in a year or two we'll have 2 million people and we can go to the government and they will listen to us.
Thank you, Joyce. And a very good morning to all of you youngsters here. I'm sure. So a very warm welcome to all the youngsters who are present here. My colleagues, after 2 Padma Bhushans, and Dr. Alex, it's very difficult to really say what Vayah Vikas is about. So let me try to say that I think we are at the takeoff stage. 60,000 is a base that you needed to build. It required time and team, and cheers to the team. They did a wonderful work. When we started off, we started with wellness because we have all these distinguished doctors here. So we started with wellness. So I said, can't we have well-being and self-actualization? And these guys, the gentlemen that they are, conceded. And they said, okay, we'll include these. And what is so interesting is that, like Alex said, offers buyers for us. I don't think, and everybody relates with elderly because you have a parent at home, you have somebody at home, and you're going to get there soon. Sooner rather than later, as Chris said. So I think this is a movement. We are not really, Vayah Vikas is a movement. Vayah Vikas is not an organization. And all of you have to belong to that movement. That we provide dignified life, productive life to the seniors. How do we do that? So Vayah Vikas, I would say, and my colleagues are very subdued in their statements. So I'm the North Indian kind, who would tell you what they would be shy in saying.
You see, I will take it from what Dr. Devi mentioned, that we are a young country. In fact, I was in Singapore last week only, where all Asian countries had come, and they were, trying to discuss their profile of healthcare infrastructure. And I presented India's, kind of population and everything. And data was that 50% of our population is below 35 years of age.
First of all, I would like to extend my sincere compliments to the wonderful board who have actually conceived and come up with such a unique model of catering to the senior citizens of this country, and as Madam Ravi Kumar is saying, maybe at some point of time even across the borders of the country. And I would like to equally compliment this whole team who's been working tirelessly to make these things happen on the ground, and it's a fantastic, very heartwarming development, and in the last 3 years they've done a lot of work. Actually, though we have board members from all over the country, but I must say that I have never seen I'm maybe biased, but I've never seen any other city like Bangalore where you have such distinguished, talented and wonderful people who have always thought of beyond their own careers and beyond their own personal welfare. I can't think of any other city which has as many people as in Bangalore who are doing in various sectors. Apart from spending their money, they're spending their time, and their talent, and doing a lot of things for the state, for the country, and it's a remarkable thing. And I would like to, compliment all of them.